So what I say is this: if we know that consistency is the key to making lasting change, why do we make consistency so difficult to achieve? That's what I want to go over here today. I think that we know as a basis of a lot of times what we need to do, but we overcomplicate the actual process, and it doesn't have to be that way. Welcome back, everyone. We're here today, a brand new topic on making change easier. This is something that I think each one of us need to learn more about so that we can move our life forward to reaching the goals, to reaching the progress, the potential, and ultimately the life that we want to lead. Think about it this way. Again, I've been in the health and the wellness and the fitness-based industry for many, many years. And what I've seen is this, is that, when you're looking to improve your overall nutrition and your diet, oftentimes, people are looking for the latest cookbooks. They're looking for all new recipes. I mean, I see that even though I love being able to support people in our, of course, online private support groups, what I like to tell people is that you don't need 100 new recipes. I don't even think you want 100 new recipes, because then you need to learn all the different things about how to prep the actual meals. You need to go and get all of these exotic ingredients rather than looking at what can we do on a daily basis to make great change. And I'm going to actually give you my opinion as to what I've seen work the best in just a moment. The same with exercise and working out. We're getting all these new exercise books and workout books and following new social media people online and looking up new YouTube videos and all those things. Again, all great, and they can give us the inspiration. But is that really what's going to carry you to the finish line? And my thought and my feeling from what I've seen over the years is that it's not. If you're looking for a new workout every single day, it's going to be really challenging to not only keep up with having to find that new workout, but to learn it, to have your muscles learn it through what are called neuromuscular pathways, to be able to remember that, to get good at the actual exercise. If there's any type of balance or neuromuscular, what's called facilitation or proprioception going on in the workout, it could be really challenging, right? So is that the best way to go about it? Finding a new workout every single day? I'm not sure. I think in the beginning, maybe that seems exciting, but certainly does not lead to lasting results. And what I want to do, in just a moment, is share with you what the best people do outside of social media, like what they're really doing in their life in order to get you the best results. Career. So again, what I want to do is just walk you through the big five that I call it. So it's your health, body transformation, it's your career, or whatever your passion is. We want to talk about that. Your spirituality and your relationships. So in your career, I see that people make this mistake all the time. Again, I'm in the wellness-based industry, the natural health industry, natural medicine-based industry. And people are looking to become an expert at every single area of natural health and medicine, or conventional medicine, however you want to look at it. When in your career, the very best thing that you could do is not necessarily learn 100 new things, but maybe focus on just a couple that you could master and then become the go-to person. And we'll review that. Relationships. I love this one. Again, I'm not a relationships advice expert, but I look at people, I study psychology, and what I see is that oftentimes we tend to either meet the same type of person each and every relationship that maybe is holding up a mirror to us, right? Or the same flaws that we don't want in that individual keep showing up. Why is that? And sometimes the relationships do not work out over and over and over again, and we're always looking for an outside cause of what that may be. Rather than spending the time, taking the time in order to do the work that may then facilitate a longer lasting relationship and one that fits you. The last one is spirituality. I've saw this when I was over in India, although I was studying Ayurvedic medicine there. I realized that there were so many people traveling to ashrams and looking for a guru, seeking counsel of that guru, that they forgot, I think, by the end of it, they had to return to the real world and face real problems again. And those problems still remained. So when I look at how all these different people with all these different goals are trying to solve for the solution, which is getting the life that they want, I believe that most people overcomplicate it. And I think that we do that because we just don't know what the actual most successful people in the space that we want do on a daily basis. So at least I can share with you in the health, the wellness, the fitness, the body transformation space, what I see the top people do. So this is it. And it has to do with something that we don't always like to think about. But the very best people in the world who get the best results in any area get really boring. And I always go back to this because, again, I've met a lot of people in my career. I've been in this industry since 18 years old. I mean, that's when I started working in gyms and as a nutritionist and personal trainer and cleaning the weights and literally, mopping floors, whatever it took. I mean, that's what I did. And I started working with clients, and those clients were oftentimes successful. And I got to just learn about them. I got to learn about their personalities. So, because when you're working with a client, and I'm talking about in training and personal training, there's time between sets. Like, it's not a boot camp. You get to talk with them. You get to understand where they're coming from, ask how their day was if you like to have conversation, which I do. And so one of the clients that I've met who, they're extremely successful in their career in terms of finance, but again, this goes for every industry. I could name people in sales. I could name the best professors. What they did was they doubled, tripled, quadrupled down on what they knew. And they viewed everything through that lens. So when it came to investing, they invest in a handful of things, no more than a handful of things that they knew how to be successful in. And they got outsized returns, versus what they could have invested in other things because they didn't need to learn 100 different ways to invest. They knew 5 or 6, now I'm sure they knew all of them, but they knew 5 or 6 really well. They mastered those. And again, they got outsized returns of what the market would typically deliver. So if the market typically delivered 8 or 9%, they were getting 20+%. I mean, that's pretty phenomenal, right? 20% interest. So that's one area that I learned from clients. But for me, what I learned is this. If you're looking to improve your nutrition and you want to stick with it and you want to transform your body or your health, you need to get super boring. That's really what it's about. You don't want all sorts of fancy recipes. Maybe once a week. Honestly, once a week, maybe explore and be adventurous and try out a new recipe. Great. But the people that I know that are the most successful, at least in the beginning, they literally eat pretty much the same thing every single day. They really do. Because the focus of their life is not on the meals that they're eating, but the life itself, right? And so if you spend an hour, 2 hours a day trying to figure out the meals and all those different things, it's stressful. I mean, how long can you really do that for? That's why I always look at it as how long could I do this for? And if I can't do this as an easy part of my life, adopting it is just going to add more stress, and I don't necessarily need that, right? So when I look at nutrition, I'm like, okay, I have either smoothie A or smoothie B every single morning. That's basically it. That's honestly it. And then I typically have oatmeal or something with it. So when I look at that, I'm saying, okay, these are the fruit that I have with this or the fruit that I have with this. And then I just might add some, different superfoods that I'm experimenting with, like purple sweet potato powder or something like that I might be putting into the shake. But the shake is standard. That's it. What do I eat at lunch? I basically have 2 go-to lunches. That's what I have at lunch. So the thing that varies and differs is what my wife cooks at night. But even if we look at that, what am I having? Okay, well, we're basically pairing a type of fish with we only really vary 5 or 6 different vegetables maximum. I mean, what are we going to have? Asparagus, broccoli, bok choy, a salad. We're not going to get yes, we can get adventurous once a week or so with a different meal, but that's basically what it is, okay? Or pairing chicken or something else with that. But you're not making these huge variables. What are you doing for a healthy fat? Olive oil or avocado. It gets really easy when you look at it like that. And so you make healthy easy. Same with exercise. You don't need to change your exercise every time you're at the gym. And honestly, I would say that it's detrimental to your results. All the best people that I know, fitness competitors, figure competitors, bodybuilders, etc., you are following one workout routine per week. It might be 3 different workouts, and to be honest, some people will do 1 workout only, and they vary their reps. It's a 5 sets by 5 reps day, then they have a 15 rep day of those same exercises, and then they have an 8 to 10 rep. And they're doing the same exact exercises, maxing those out for about a month or so, and then moving on. What a lot of people do, myself included, is you have about 3 different strength training workouts, and what you're doing is you're just doing a different one for Monday, a different one Wednesday, and a different one Friday, and then after about 4 to 6 weeks, when you've maxed that out, you then just switch to your new routine. The new routine's written out and your reps are written out, your sets are written out, and the only thing that changes is the weight, right? So it's like, it's easy for the muscles to learn. It's not easy to do because you're trying to get progressive overload and go up in weight, but that's what you do. So again, the best people that I've seen get the best results with nutrition pretty much eat the same thing. Same with the workouts and same with career. I could go on and on, right? I mean, like literally this is how it works. So I ask you this, you don't necessarily need to follow this model, but what I would ask you is, are you successful right now? Because if you're not successful right now, or you've tried to make change in the past, and that wasn't successful, you may want to adopt the consistency through boring methodology. And again, it probably sounds boring, but the truth is that in the beginning, get boring. You can always spice it up, but what are you really after? Are you after the adventure or are you after the results? So that's what I would ask. Because for me, I want the result, right? So if I want more energy, what do? Well, I eat foods that I know give me energy. Okay, so that's that. I do exercise that I know that gives me energy, so I do that. And I get to bed at a time that I don't even really love going to bed, around 9:30, 10 p.m., but I do it anyways because I like waking up around 5:30, 6 a.m. at the very latest, and I like having lots of energy. Like I like having a whole day, a full day. I like having a little time to myself in the morning. My family wakes up, I greet them, we have a good start to the day, I head off to work. So like I like these things, so what I do is I focus on my life of what I want to get out of it, which is the energy and the passion for what I do, and then I just do the things, which can be boring because I'm not sure that I care as much about those as I do about what I get out of it. So sometimes what it takes is a refocusing of priorities of what's actually important. So in your career, if you really want to get ahead, if you want that promotion or you want to be able to create a side business or a new business or whatever it is, like what can you be an expert at? Focus at one, maybe two things. That's it. Niche down, serve a particular group of people, get really great at it, get people results, and they will talk, right? For nutrition, what do you want to do? Gain weight, lose weight? It's basically the same thing, right? So you're going to find the meals that work for you that you can then manipulate in order to add calories or reduce calories, along with, of course, the hormones, the exercise. I mean, when I say hormones, it's balancing healthy hormones, such as the adrenals, the thyroid, etc. So this is what I've seen, again, work over and over in my career, and I've almost never seen the contrary, right? So like that's what I want to share with you is like behind the scenes. I almost never see anyone successful who's constantly creating different recipes and different meals every day. The one exception that I see, literally the one exception that I see, are people who's living like on social media, which is like this brand new, I wouldn't say medium, I guess it's been around now for 20 years or so, but like really only a decade, and brand new where you can make a career out of coming up with a new recipe every day. Like that's basically the only people, and they're doing it as their career, not necessarily for body transformation. And that even goes for workouts. Like anybody who's doing a new workout every day is doing it to post on social media and not necessarily for body transformation because they know that is not the most advantageous. There's no real adaptation to impose demands if you're constantly using muscle confusion, right? Or anything like that. You can get a good workout, I'm not saying that, but if you're looking to achieve a specific goal, it's difficult to track progress as to what you're improving on. So again, a reframing, I believe, is all we really need. And if you don't believe me and you just want to say, well, there might be something to this, put it to the test. That's all that I recommend. Try it for 21 to 28 days. It's really all you need. That's why we recommend something like the 21-day functional medicine detox. We use Equalife, that's what we use, but you can use any company you want. And also, you don't even have to do a functional medicine detox if you don't want. You can just do a diet plan that you like, that's simple to follow for 21 days, eat basically the same breakfast, basically the same lunch, and then you can get a little wild and crazy if you want at dinner, and you can switch out your proteins, your veggies, your starches, like whatever works for you. I have a podcast on my Mediterranean diet, what I eat on a typical daily basis. You can use that as a model. We'll link that up today at episode 2712. And of course, if this show is helpful, do feel free to share it with anyone else you believe it could serve. Thanks so much for tuning into today's show. Before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I want to make sure that you're getting our daily content, not missing out on anything functional medicine, wellness, weight gain, weight loss, anti-aging, living longer, stronger, and all of the most cutting-edge research. And if there's any topics you want to hear, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Take care.